Ah, nothing screams gourmet adventure like a man straight out of an NPC generator trotting down a sun-scorched dirt road on a horse that looks like it lost a fight with malnutrition. Dressed for an Arctic expedition in the middle of a 50-degree furnace, our guide, equipped with sunglasses that have seen more despair than a budget airline pilot, takes us on an exclusive journey to the closest Michelin-starred establishment. And what a place it is. The ambiance? Unbeatable. Somewhere between post-apocalyptic refuge and open-air biohazard experiment. The kitchen is a symphony of human dedication and saliva, where food isn't merely prepared, it's experienced. The secret ingredient? A collective effort of mastication, ensuring that every bite is pre-chewed with love, care, and a healthy dose of whatever bacteria nature intended for the adventurous palate. Now on to the main course, a stunning slab of kudu ribs, aged to perfection, not in the dry aging sense, but more in the left in the sun too long way. This masterpiece of protein is as tense as a debt-ridden gambler and tougher than an Arctic sailor's knuckles. Forks? Useless. Knives? Laughable. You'd have better luck gnawing on a truck tire after a 1,000-mile journey. In the end, this isn't just a meal. It's a test of endurance, a battle against the very fabric of chewability, a Michelin-starred fever dream where only the strong survive. Would I recommend it? Absolutely, if you're looking to replace your dental work. Bon appetit, warriors. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to taste history, literal history, then look no further than this legendary street food stand. Here they fry their egg tortillas in oil so aged, archaeologists might mistake it for a fossil dig. One bite and you'll swear you just unlocked the secret to immortality, or at least an extended hospital stay. The sizzling sound of the pan isn't just cooking, it's whispering ancient secrets. Rumor has it this oil has been passed down for generations, lovingly never changed since the Mesozoic era. Each tortilla is a crisp, golden tribute to the dinosaurs that probably swam in a fresher ocean than whatever's bubbling in that pan. The ambiance? Think of a food truck, but with the structural integrity of a condemned building. The service? Let's just say they treat you like family, if your family was actively trying to give you heart disease. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. If you've got an iron stomach, a good lawyer, and no fear of existential crises. Otherwise, maybe just take a photo, post it on Instagram, and pretend you had the courage. If culinary horror had a home, it would be this takoyaki street stand, a place where dreams and digestive tracts go to die. The star of the show, a waffle iron so encrusted with layers of burnt batter, oil, and fossilized regret that it could qualify as a UNESCO heritage site for filth. Imagine a Roman public latrine, but with better ventilation. The batter, if one dares call it that, resembles something scraped from the underside of a haunted industrial blender. Its color hovers somewhere between despair and expired oatmeal. And fillings? Who needs octopus when the grill itself provides a generous infusion of mystery meat, microfauna, and several strains of pre-antibiotic bacteria? Honestly, there's enough protein in the grime alone to meet your daily macros. Once these questionable spheres of sorrow are scorched into shape, they're lovingly plated on what appears to be a salvage tray from Alcatraz. Each compartment holds a different sauce or broth, though their shades, ranging from radioactive yellow to medieval chamber pot brown, raise more existential questions than culinary ones. It's not just a meal, it's an immune system challenge, a dare, and an archaeological dig all in one. Perfect for the thrill seeker with nothing left to lose, especially not their appetite. If you ever find yourself wandering the labyrinthine alleys of our city's night markets, beware the doriyaki mussel cauldron, a dish so visionary, so utterly deranged that it redefines the boundaries of human digestion. At its helm stands a culinary anarchist, a street vendor whose commitment to innovation is rivaled only by his apparent disregard for food safety laws. His magnum opus? A gargantuan cauldron, its surface encrusted with a legion of doriyakis, clinging to the metal like muscles on the hull of a sunken ship. What eldritch adhesive binds them there? We may never know. Mucus? Desire? Industrial glue? One can only speculate. Then, as if guided by a force beyond mortal comprehension, our maestro uncaps a container of industrial-grade white paint and pours it over the unsuspecting pastries. The viscous fluid seeps into every crevice, baptizing the doriyakis in an unholy marinade. The cauldron lid slams shut, trapping the mixture in a fermentation ritual so potent it could summon an ancient god. But wait, enter the Iceman, a reformed serial killer whose passion for murder has found new expression in the merciless stabbing of ice blocks. He strides forward, his expression cold as the frost he wields, and drops 3 jagged boulders into the bubbling inferno. His work done, he vanishes into the night, leaving only silence and condensation. The grand finale approaches. Our chef, now more mad scientist than baker, unveils the final creation. A plate of what might once have been doriyakis, now baptized in their own rebirth. But he is not done. No, he must complete the ritual. Another generous drizzle of white paint, a dusting of unidentified spices, a splash of ketchup for that artisanal touch, and finally, the pièce de résistance, a cloud of magic powder. In a dimly lit alley where rats outnumber customers, a street chef, let's call him the gastro wizard, conjures up a handwich. His tool of choice? A frying pan so dented and surreal it could hang in a modern art museum. Into this metallic nightmare goes a batter of unknown origin, followed by a generous handful of chili peppers, because nothing says flavor like drowning out the taste of rodent footprints. Then comes the bread, lovingly pressed onto the sizzling mess. But the true chef's kiss? A single sheet of newspaper, absorbing grease, ink, and the desperate fingerprints of past readers. The final product is served a la bare hand, because utensils are for cowards. A meal? A hazard? A test of intestinal fortitude? One thing's for sure, this dish will stay with you, whether you like it or not. Pack your bags and maybe a bottle of hand sanitizer. Today we will dive into the world of ancient cooking techniques. Get ready to uncover the art of cooking the way our ancestors did. Let's go. Move over, chef knives. There's a new blade in town, and it's attached to a foot. Watching this man slice meat with his toenail is nothing short of groundbreaking, or stomach-turning. Each cut brings an unpredictable, rustic authenticity you won't find in fancy kitchens. The subtle seasoning of toe musk, a bold flavor profile Michelin can't touch. Sure, hygiene might take a back seat, but artistry? Off the charts. This isn't just cooking, it's a footnote in culinary history. Step aside, gourmet chefs. These ramen masters have redefined the art of seasoning. Forget stainless steel. Their secret ingredient is a pot so rusted it doubles as a tetanus booster. Each batch of noodles comes infused with a bold metallic tang, a flavor profile that screams live dangerously. But the innovation doesn't stop there. Once cooked, the noodles are lovingly laid on the ground for cutting, a step that neutralizes the tangy Ferris notes with a delicate terroir, earthy undertones only a well-trampled surface can provide. It's a process that's as brave as it is questionable, blending the grit of survivalist cooking with the charm of whatever works. Sure, it's not for everyone or anyone with a functioning immune system, but it's undeniably unforgettable. Who needs Michelin stars when you've got Mother Nature lending a hand or a wing? These dumpling artisans have taken culinary creativity to the next level, crafting their dough with an industrial mixer that doubles as a fly trap. Each turn of the mixer folds in a generous helping of airborne protein, offering diners a truly organic experience. The result? Dumplings with a surprise crunch and a flavor profile that balances the softness of the dough with the subtle je ne sais quoi of freshly blended flies. Is it hygienic? Probably not. Is it sustainable? Technically, yes. It's a bold step forward in fusion cuisine, where traditional dumplings meet the wild spirit of entomophagy. Move over, Wagyu. There's a new king of the grill, and it's been aging for 10 million years. This culinary colossus is frying up a diplodocus dry-aged in pure Mesozoic tar. And here's the kicker. The burger is cooked in the very same tar pit it was excavated from, blending ancient history with bold culinary innovation. The chef, a towering figure of sheer culinary passion and cholesterol, flips the prehistoric patty with the precision of a paleontologist uncovering fossils. The result? A burger that boasts a smoky tar-infused crust with notes of extinction and just a hint of geology. Is it gourmet? Is it safe? Definitely not. But for those craving a meal that's both larger than life and older than dirt, this Jurassic delight is a once-in-an-epic experience. Hope you enjoyed this trip back in time. See you in the next one. At Frostbite Ice Stand, the experience begins with the vendor hacking away at a prehistoric slab of ice, excavated from the depths of an unclean freezer. The process is less artisanal and more crime scene, as jagged ice shards are violently chipped off and dumped into a cup with no regard for portion control or hygiene. Then comes the signature compression technique, performed barehanded, ensuring a rich infusion of mystery germs. The grand finale? A splash of fluorescent red refrigerant liquid, which they swear is strawberry flavored, but tastes more like a mechanical failure. For those seeking a test of immune strength and questionable life choices, this is the place. For everyone else, maybe just chew on a cold sponge and save yourself the risk. Welcome to yet another episode of What Is That and Should It Be Eaten? Today's chef, armed with nothing but a spatula, bold confidence, and absolutely zero shame, invites us to witness the creation of what might generously be called a street food experience. He begins with a colossal heap of finely ground, suspiciously anonymous meat. It's the kind of protein that screams, "Don't ask questions, just chew." Think of it as culinary roulette, where every bite could be beef, or something that once hissed in the dark. Then come the tortillas, his canvas. But instead of paint, he uses a thick, white substance with the unmistakable consistency of teenage regret. Yes, folks, this goo is not derived from any known dairy product, nor does it appear to belong anywhere near human consumption. But on it goes, slathered lovingly like frosting on a cake baked in hell. He wraps the mystery meat in these lubricated discs, and just when you think it's over, he baptizes the finished plate with more of that ghostly white slime. To balance the horror, he drizzles a pale green sauce that looks like it was brewed by a forest goblin using swamp algae and expired yogurt. No flavors are described, no ingredients are revealed, and yet the chef beams with pride, as if he's just reinvented cuisine instead of potentially inventing a new disease. Somewhere, a food inspector's weeping. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the pinnacle of government waste management efficiency. In this groundbreaking documentary, or as some might call it, a random train security video, we witness a dedicated public servant redefining the very essence of garbage disposal. Armed with nothing but his bare hands, because who needs gloves when you have the immune system of a war-hardened raccoon? This visionary tackles the overflowing bin of a moving train with the precision of a surgeon and the patience of a monk. One piece at a time, he carefully selects each discarded wrapper, each crumpled napkin, and ceremoniously flings them into the great beyond, where the wind and destiny shall determine their final resting place. Some might call this littering, but I prefer to see it as a bold, avant-garde approach to waste redistribution. Why burden landfills when nature itself can participate in the cleanup process? Why bother with outdated concepts like trash bags when you can embrace the thrill of real-time, high-speed garbage release? Truly, this is a testament to the ingenuity of state-funded environmental initiatives. Give this man a medal, or at least a pair of gloves.